Hello, you there? Yes, you. Would you go to a foreign country where you don't even know what will happen, as you don't know anything about the country, but you want to feel how life should be so it doesn't matter, and you go to that country and risk whatever life you have before and lose it? Making a new life is very hard, but you know what's hard? You will be in forever your comfort zone, as this can ruin your life, and imagine how life would be if you know what happens every time you try something out of the box. Now that you get what we mean, of course I meant to say what I mean. Watch the video and enjoy this cinematic gems and indulge in a guilty pleasure of wasting our time on thing that truly doesn't matter. Lost Young Ladies and Adore Hotels plays just like the result of a collision between Lost in Translation, Looking for Mr. Goodbar, and the whole 50 Shades of Grey adventure. Really, I likely shouldn't say that, since that specific combination of impacts is so strange that it might really bait a few watchers into seeing it on the theory that, in the event that nothing else, the conclusion result would nearly need to be at slightest to some degree curiously. Whereas there are bounty of words that may well be utilized to portray this endeavored combination of reflective dramatization and unusual sex daydream, interesting is one that I am sensibly beyond any doubt will not be advance sent within the course of this survey. Alexandra Daddario, right? Oh my god, she really is the best actress in this world. Oh wait, she is so perfect. She has the best of everything. Now I got this huge idea that all her movie, we will put it into this channel. You guys just wait and I'll show you her best scenes in every movie. Are you guys okay with that? Okay, let's go back to the movie. Set in Tokyo, the film centers on Margaret, Alexandra Daddario, an irritated youthful lady who spends her days floating through her job teaching English elocution at a Japanese flight specialist preparing school. At night, she boozes it up with some of individual expat sometime recently going out to discover a modern unusual man to require her to Adore Hotel, a prevalent shape of lodging catering to guests who need someplace to go for a quickie in privacy, for anonymous unusual sex sometime recently, starting the cycle over again the following day. One night, she catches the eye of the puzzling and good-looking Kazu, Takahiro Hira, and with his nature with both the foremost popular work of artist Hokusai Katsushika, you'll know it once you see it, and the zip ties he finds in her sack amid there to begin with Adore in visit, it appears as in the event that he is flawlessly on her wavelength. Indeed, the disclosures that he may be a part of the Yakuza which he is around to urge hitched have no impact on her other than a handful of questions, almost the total idea of chopping off a finger as discipline. It cannot final, of course, and when things inevitably alter, it sends her on a descending winding that will probably lead to either self-destruction or self-realization. In either case, a part of sheets will have to be cleaned along the way. Lost Young Ladies and Cherish Hotels was based on a 2006 novel by Catherine Hanrahan, and since I have not studied it, I cannot say in the event that this is often a case of an adjustment doing a net damage to the first source fabric or not, in spite of the fact that it ought to be famous that Hanrahan herself is credited with the screenplay. As a dull mental representation of an unmoored youthful lady casting herself unfastened in a arrive filled with individuals she has no association with and connections. That conclusion, when the room rental terminates, Chief William Olsen's work is incredibly senseless and shallow. It illustrates all of the enthusiastic mindfulness of a lesser section within the Emmanuel franchise, outside of one exceptionally ungainly scene in which Margaret insinuates to her father, truant, mother, dead, and brother, clear mental issues, we get no understanding as to who she is, what makes her tick, so to talk, or why she takes so totally to Kazu other than the fact that the script requires it. The Emmanuel comparisons don't extend to the suggestive substance, which needs to be seen as tense and provocative but demonstrates to be as hot and stirring as a limpudon and as outre as a visit to Spencer's Blessings. At that point there, the film's desperate endeavor to undertake to by one means or another add a cheerful finishing to all of the bleak nonsense that has gone before it, and which as it were fits in the sense that it is fair as improbable as everything else on show. Alexandra Daddario has demonstrated to be a striking screen presence in the past, most strikingly on the primary season of True Detective, but is incapable to do anything with the cipher of a character she has been given to work with. She appears nearly as misplaced and unfastened as Margaret, but for totally diverse reasons. In Expansion, she strikes zero flashes with Hira in their scenes together, which is kind of noteworthy considering that the whole story hypothetically pivots on the capable fascination that's implied to exist between them. That said, the greatest casting botch comes with the nearness of Carice Van Houten, the mesmerizing center of Paul Verhoeven's Black Book, and Melisandre from Game of Thrones, within the nothing role of one of Margaret's drinking buddies. As a fan, I was happy to see her to begin with, but rapidly got to be demoralized when it got to be agonizingly self-evident that she was not intending to be given anything of interest to do. Her nearness is so totally unnecessary to the proceedings that you just have to ponder why she bothered to sign on, other than the draw of a free trip to Tokyo. She winds up clearing out sometime recently. The procedures come to their mercifully yet ludicrous conclusion, and when she does, most viewers will want to safeguard with her as well. Anyone wants to hit us up with the Game of Thrones? We can assure you how it works, and we will show you the best scenes, of course. Like that won't even happen in this channel, as we always gonna serve you the best possible scenes in every bit of the movie, and we can continue to love this like our time. Lost Young Ladies and Adore Hotels is as well dull to work as a mental dramatization, as well senseless to work as an energetic sentiment, and as well tepid to work as a hot blameworthy delight. Like its courageous woman, it sends viewers on an arrangement of progressively good-for-nothing and unfulfilling experiences, but the closest thing to a sense of catharsis that they get comes as it were with the entry of the conclusion credits. To allow credit where it is due, I will concede that it does have a grabber of a title. Perhaps somebody will one day take it and apply it to a motion picture that merits it. We hope you enjoy the bit of this, as YouTube can give us the best possible of everything. Well, that is a must, and we must make this viral, okay? Kindly share it to your friends and family. Let them watch this movie from 2020 and tell them how pandemic works in the industry, and love your family every time, never back down. It's not always we're gonna be up and low. Life is all about that. We hope you liked that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you in the next.